Okay, in this week we will talk about the file operation in Python programming language. Firstly, we need to give some basic information about how we can handle the Python or the file operation in Python programming language, and so how we can read or write any data to the file in your computer or in your system using Python. Okay, so firstly we need to talk about the file definition, because in the computer systems we have some specific definition about the file. Okay, and so in computer architecture, a file, it's called a section which includes the information related to variables, characters stored in secondary memory. Okay, so Emre, my mail is active and my room number is the ET104. okay, ET104, but you can send an email. Okay, but maybe I will return in 2 days. Sometimes I have a business about the school or the works. Okay, so what's the file? File is a secondary memory that contains with the specific variables or the characters. Okay, and so in Python programming language or in any programming language, we have a file mode to read or write or add any information to this file. Okay, firstly we need to say that the R is the file opens and reads. This is the notation of the open and read notation, and if it does not exist, it's an error. So if we have any file, and so we can read any data by using this file mode using the R character, but this must be exist. Okay, or we have some other notation R plus, like this one, and so files opens and read, both read and write operation can be done by using this term. But if it does not exist, and we have the error. Okay, this is called this is the basic definition of the R character in the file mode. We have also a W character or the write character. Okay, and so in this case file is reset and open, which means that we lose every data when it's used with the W keyword in the file mode. Okay, and then the writing is done. Okay, and also we have the W plus operation mode or file mode in here. File is reset and open, and writing and reading can be done, which means that if we have any operation character like the plus, and then we can also use the both way, reading and writing can be done. Or if you don't want to reset your file, we have also a mode in the file mode notation. Okay, which means that the file is opened and adding to the text file or any data can be done, which means that we can add any variables or characters or strings to the end of our present file. Okay, or a plus can be used in this file mode. File is opened and adding to the text file can be done with reading operation. Okay, this is the basic notation or the terminology of the file operation in Python programming language. Okay, and so let's get continue with the examples session. Firstly, x1 is in here like this one. We have the open function. This is a built-in function with the return values of the what as stream, which means that we have created the file location and the file storage area in our computer, and then we can give the specific address or the name of this file. For example, if we have this one, the test.txt, and we can take the w character in here. This is the file mode, which means that we open the text.txt file and create this file, and then we write by using the f stream variable. Okay. So we can warn the user files opens. Okay. And after that, if we have this notation, fWrite is a specific function, which means that if we use this write function, and then we can transfer any data or any string or any character to the test.txt file. Okay. So this is a test. Okay. And also this is also a test. After that, we need to close this parameter, because if we open any file location in here like this one, either any writing or reading operation related to this txt file. So if we terminate the whole operation, we should call the f.close function in here. Okay. And so if I run this code, and then the test.txt file is reset or created, file opens and file closing here, and so just look at that, the test.txt file is created in here. And so if I choose this parameter, this is a test and this is also a test. Okay, these two terms is written in here. And so if I give the new line character in here like this one, and then we will have the new file. It's reset, and also it is terminate the whole operation and rewrite the whole string characters onto this test.txt file. Okay, this is the first example of the our notation. So if I use the f open like this one, and then we need to always calls the f close function. But in the previous lesson, we have talked about the with keyword in Python programming language. If we are utilization of the with keywords like this one, open test.txt, and w is a file mode as f, and then this with automatically calls the f close without without writing any additional code in here like this one. And also we can create the if I in range definition in here like this one, and we can write the number and new line with the format of the I. Okay. And so in this case, we don't need to use the f.close function, because this with keyword is current for these 3 lines, and after that this open is automatically closed by the Python interpreter. Okay. And so if I run this code, and then we will have the number 0 to 9 in here like this one, but we don't need to utilize the f close function body in here. In a basic structure of the Python utilization, so we always see the with keyword within this domain. Okay. So in the third example, we can give the specific character or the user input in here like this one, test.txt, and w as a writing mode in here, and while true as input can be given with the give a word character like this one. And so if s is equal to the exit, and so we can break the terms or the loop like this one, but until we need to write the whole the terms in here with the addition of the new line character. Okay, and so if I run this code, give a word, this is the Mehmet İşcan and Python programming language and the exit. Okay, exit is the final word for the what, for the closing the whole operation. And so this test.txt is reset and recreated, and then the firstly Mehmet İşcan is added in here like this one. The Python programming language is also added with the what, with the new line characters. Okay, so we have the also to the what, the with open test.txt file as a read plus operation, as if for the what, for reading the any data from this test.txt file. Okay, and so as f read function with the 10 characters can be obtained in here, and we can print the what, the this s like this one. And so Mehmet empty space ISC is written, and also we can give the what, the 20 character in here like this one. And so Mehmet İşcan and Python is seen on the terminal page, or we can get the 50 character in here like this one, Python programming language, or we can take the 100 character like this one. And so the total words or the each keywords by using the what, the fread function returns to the what, the each character within the what, within the maximum limits of this character. That's how we can utilize or read the any data in a character domain like this one. Okay, so another example can be given with what, the with open test.txt with the read plus operation like this one, as f, and while true, this is an endless loop for our case, f read 5. At each time we get the 5 reading word in here. Okay, and so if s is equal to what, the empty space or the empty character or the null character, which means that this is the end of the what, the test.txt file. And so we can break the whole the terms like this one. So we can give the what, the s and is equal to the new line. Okay, so if I run this code, and then this the 5 character, this 5 character, this 5 character, this 5 character, this 5 character, this 5, 5, 5, 5, and so at the end of this code we will reach to the what, the null character or the empty character in here like this one, and then the whole the values or the whole the process is terminated from us. Okay, so this is how we can read the whole the data at the what, at the specific step number in the fread function in Python programming language. Okay, or we have the read line function in here. For example, with open test.txt file with the r plus as f, and while true can be given in here, as is the what, f read line, which means that this read line terminates the whole the process at the what, when it comes to the what, the new line character. For example, if we have the text.txt file, this is the what, the Mehmet İşcan. At the end of this Mehmet İşcan we have the new line character, and so this read line reads whole the Mehmet İşcan character in here. Okay, after that s is equal to the null character, we can give the break in here like this one, and so s can be given with the what, the empty space in here. Okay, and so if I run this code, the Mehmet İşcan, the Python programming language, is reading in here. Okay, because at each read line we have the 1 term in here and we have the 2 term in here. Okay, but We can also create the week 10 file op.py, because it's also a file which is given or defined in our system. Okay, and so if we have this definition in here, and so we can read our own function or the file. And so if I run this code, and then just like that, this is what the file operation or the week 10 file op.py is given or is obtained from from this code. Okay, and so we can read to what its own or our own code or functions in here, like this one. Okay, or can give another representation in here, like this one. First, with the open week 10 file op.py r plus sf. Okay, and so for line in f, which is a simple idiom for for reaching the whole data, is given in here. Okay, and so we can print the line and this one. And so if I run this code, and then we have these terms, we have obtained the week 10 file op.py inclusion, or the storage values or the characters within until the 101 line. Okay, and so we can read its own function or the own definition by using these terms. Okay, so also we can give with open another terms in here, like this one, week 10 file op.py and read plus sf, and L is equal to the list of f, which means that this list conversion, type conversion, gives us the list of whole .py file. Okay, and so we can print the L and len L in here, like this one, and so each data is given in here. But in this case, we don't have any new line or any points in here, which means that every data is a sequence without the new line characters, because everything is given or converted to the list values. And so we have the 190 line characters in here, or the function body in here. Okay, and so in the last line we have the print L len utilization as a string format. Okay, so any question? So if there's no question, we will talk about another property in the Python programming language. This is a simple example or demonstration of how we can handle the file operation in in Python programming language. But we need to continue with the iterable class structure. Okay, but what's iterable class structure in Python programming language? Firstly, we need to give the iterable class structure in here, like this one. And so firstly, we need to say that the Python, a class can be processed with for while loop using the iterable class structure, which means that in Python everything is a class, which means that everything is considered as an object, And so this object has the property or attributes or the what the function methodology. And so if this is the case, and then we need to give some specific function to iterate or search the, for example, the array or the matrix within the what within stored or defined in the class definition. And so in the iterable objects we need to what the sum double underscore function to what to create or provide this methodology. Okay, in this Python operation we have the double underscore iter definition in here, which is giving to the what the iterator object. Okay, and also we have the what the next keyword to what to search the every data or the every elements of the, for example, a list or the dictionary values or the integer values. Okay, and so this next always gives the what the new value or the next value at each calling. Okay, so at the end of the list or the dictionary values, dictionary or str object next throws stop iteration exception to represent the end. Okay, so how can we prove that? We can create some basic examples about, or in order to understand the what the definition or the utilization of the next and iter keywords in Python programming language. Firstly, we can define the sample class in here and def init. You can say that the self and star arguments can be given in here, and self arguments can be assigned in here, which means that we have given to the what the multiple variable to what to the sample class by using the what the star arguments operation in here. Okay, but we need to create the def iter function body in here with the self parameters, and so the print iter func should always be called to what to search the every data or iterate the R variables or the objects by using the what the sample class definition. Okay, and so the self next should be given in here with the values of the 0, and we need to give the what the return to the self value for the what for the next definition. Okay, and so we need to give the double underscore next function in here with the parameters of the self, and then we can give the print values in here next func, and after that the self index must be provided with the what the plus equal operation, or the at each time we need to increase the 1 values in here. Okay, and so if self index is greater than the self arguments, which means that we have the what, for example, 3 data, and so this index cannot be passed to the what to len of the self arguments. This is the what end of the R code, which means that we need to throw the stop iteration. But this is not the case, and so the self arguments self index -1 should be returned, because in Python programming language at each arguments or the bracket operation or the index is start with the 0 value, not the 1, and so we need to always to what gives the -1 operation, because at the in the first place we have assigned to the self index is equal to the 0, but in the second case self index is equal to what the 1, and so the first element should be contained with the 0 in this, but this is the 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so what's the implementation of this code? Implementation of this code is that the 10, 20 and 30, this whole the what passed with the what the argument parameters in here, like this one, and after that or we can run this code like this one, and so there is no calling for the what the print or the next function, but if I use the L list conversion in here, and so we have the firstly the iter func is called in here, and after that the next function, next function, next function 3 times is called at the what in the next operation, because we have the 3 arguments. But at the end of this code, this next function is calling, but in this case this stop iteration is running, not the last term or the return terms of this code. Okay, and after that we can print the L function or the L body in here, and 10, 20 and 30 is the what is written on this page. Okay, but if I remove this code, and so if I run this code, and then sample object is not iterable, is a warning or is a error in this case, because if we are driving or creating the iterable class, we need to give the iter as an initial constructor operator for the iterable object, and then we need to also give the what the next function, double underscore function, to what to search or the iterate all the variables which is stored in the what the sample constructor. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying in here? Any question? Okay. In the next case, we can create the what, the branch function, or the sum. For example, I in range 10, print I can be written in these terms. 0 to 1, 0 to 9 is printed at this time, but this range is also a constructor of the what the range class. Okay, and this is what iterable objects. And so how can we define or build our own range function? Class my simple range body can be created with what the constructor values of what the self, and also we need to give the stop values, because the 10 is a stop values, self stop is assigned with the stop. Okay, and def iter can be assigned with what the self parameter, print iter func, and self count should also be given 0. In the last case or in the previous case, this is the index, but I can define any name for the variables in here. Okay, and so we need to give the return self body in here like this one, and so the def next self function can be defined and print next function body, and self count must be increased at each iteration. After that, the self count must be controlled with the what the self stop, because this is the last case. If this is the case, and so raise the stop iteration. Okay, and after that we should return to the what the self count minus 1, because it's the simple range function. Okay, so if I define the R in the what my simple range body as a 10, and if I run this code, and then we will have the what the no output in this case. But if I convert the list operation in here like this one, and so the at each iteration next function and iter function is called by the what, by the interpreter. Okay, and so we can print the L body in here like this one, and then 0 to 9 is written on the page. But the another utilization of this function is given in here. I in my simple range 10 print I, and empty space can be given in here instead of using the what the range function body. And so in this case we have the print I, the 0 next func, 1 next func, 2 next func, 3 next func, and the other terms are given in here. Okay, at each iteration we can give the whole values by using these terms. Okay? Any question? Okay. This is what the building the basic iterable structure. In Python programming language, it's important because the every utilization of the advanced class is contained with the iter and next function body, or we need to create the building for the iteration class or iteration numbers in the class structure, because everything in Python is iterable, or useful things are iterable. Okay, so my simple range can be defined in here. We can give the stop body, and self stop is defined with the stop, and def iter self return to the new class definition can be given in here. Simple range iterator. Okay, and so we can pass the self stop parameter in here. What's the meaning of this? We can mask our range iterator or the base iterator using using these notations. Okay, and so this iter should be defined in the my simple range function, but this iter calls to the another or the base iterator function. For example, the list, dictionary, or any other iterable object in Python derived or calls the simple and basic the main range iterator or iterator function, which is defined in the Python programming language. Okay, and so we can define our iterator base by using these terms, and def init can be defined, and stop and self stop can be assigned with the stop. Self count is assigned 0, and def next can be assigned with the self parameter in here. If self count is equal to the self stop, and then raise the stop iteration body. Otherwise, we self count plus equal 1 and return self count minus 1. Okay, so in this case, this my simple range iterator possess only the next function, but the iter function is defined in the my simple range, which means that this iter is called or fills to the other my simple range iterator, or otherwise we can say that the my simple range iterator is specialized by using the my simple range in here by using these definitions. Okay, after that we can say that the r my simple range can be assigned with the 10, l list r can be assigned in here like this one, and so the print l can be seen on the terminal page 0 to 9, or for I in my simple range 10 can be assigned with the print I and end empty space. Okay, so this empty space creates the 0 to 1 2 3 4 5 and blah blah blah 9 value at this stage. Okay, any question? So, how can we create the examples? By using these terms. We can create the Fibonacci generator by using this the iterator structure. For example, def init self, and we can limit the r operation like this one. Self limit is equal to the limit, and self current value for the Fibonacci generation in here 0, and self next value is assigned to the 1, because in the second term in the Fibonacci distributions the next value is the 1 in the first place. Okay, and so def iter can be defined with the what, the self operator return self. Okay, and after that def next can contain right now to the what, to the whole operation, because at the each iteration we should calculate the what, the next Fibonacci generator or the number, but in the next operation we will do that because this is the iteration number or iteration function. Okay, and so if self current not past the what, the self limit, and so the stopper iteration should be what, the raised in here, because the self current is past the limit, and so we need to terminate our programs. Okay, but this is not the case. The result self current value should be assigned in here, and self current and self next value should be transformed in the what, the self next value should be assigned to the what, the self current value, and the self next value is equal to the what, the self current and self next value. Okay, after that we need to return to the what, the results. Okay, so if I give the limit in here like this one, the 1000, and Fibonacci gen can be defined in here, Fibonacci generator with the 1000 terms, and for num in Fibonacci gen is assigned with what, the print num. Okay, and so if I run this code, and then this must be given in the what, the end of these terms like this one, and so this Fibonacci series 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 blah blah blah 987 is the last one, because we have limits to the what, the 1000s. For example, if we have the 5000s in here like this one, the limit. Okay, and so we have these terms 1000s blah blah blah, 4000s blah blah blah. This is what, this is our basic Fibonacci generator design using the what, the iter and next function body in the what, iterable class. Okay, this is how we can use to solve the simple mathematical questions or the operations in the what, in Python programming language. Okay, any question? If there is no question, we will continue at the what, the 5 p.m. Okay, and so we have the 20 minutes break in here, and after that we will continue with the what, the iter and next or iterable class operation in Python programming language.